Discovering Kazakhstan is Dennis Keen's biased view on culture and the modern life of Kazakh people. Amazing landscapes and architectural masterpieces all over Kazakhstan.
We've woken up early and hit the highway to visit a place that I've been hearing about for a long time. It's called Tamgali Tas. It's just 130 kilometers away from Almaty along the Ili River. Spring is really a special time to visit Kazakhstan. On the steppes outside of Almaty, there are these gorgeous poppy blooms, and it's as if the entire country itself has woken up. There's festivals almost every weekend, and today in Tamgali Tas, we're going to visit one that's really special. It's never been held before. The road from Almaty has taken us to the river valley of the Ili, and what a fantastic setting for a fun day of festivals. I'm Dennis Keen, and today on Discovering Kazakhstan, we're going to be participating in a couple fun events. One is the Tengri Ultra Trail. They call it the Marathon of the Great Steppe. The other is the first ever of its kind festival of ethnic drumming called Dangere. I'm not much of an athlete myself, so I'm not going to be running in the marathon, but I'm happy to get behind a drum and try to keep the rhythm. I grew up by the ocean in California, so living in a landlocked country like Kazakhstan, I start to get a little bit thirsty for water, any kind of body of water. So what a sight for sore eyes is the Ili River. It's a beautiful, big thing that flows all the way from China. There, it feeds all sorts of farming communities, what they call the Ili Valley. And the mountains here are called the Trans-Ili Alatau. So it's really a defining feature of the landscape here. And people come here on holidays to relax and to even run a marathon. It's the second straight year that people have been gathering here along the Ili to race along the river, running 3 cross-country trails that stretch 15, 30, and even 70 kilometers. Athletes from as far as Czech Republic and the United States come and push themselves to the limit along what must be one of the most beautiful courses in the world. Magzhan Sagambayev from the Kazakh Geographic Society is one of the main organizers of the Tengri Ultra Trail Marathon. And Magzhan, I want to say I'm really impressed with everything you've organized here, because we're really out in the middle of the steppe. So what kind of preparations did you need to do to make a marathon in the middle of nowhere?
Not really. As you see, there is like only 100k from Almaty, and you see the roads, it's okay. It was like no problem to get out everything and the people, stuff here and to organize this festival.
It's really a special location. I think this is the only ultra marathon in Central Asia?
Yeah, this is the only one, and I think we have some special things that the place, scenery, it's Tamgali Tas, it's the river, Ili, and like we are here in the marathon feeling like from the past as nomads. So I think this is the special thing in this marathon, Tengri Ultra.
With the petroglyphs, with the drummers, with the running, it really is an amazing combination. Next year, do you have grander plans for what this marathon can become?
Yeah, of course. Next year we want to make like huge festival, culture, We want to bring here the national dresses, national food. As from the past, nomads, our parents were living here, and I hope it will run and we can do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think I'll come next year. I probably won't run, but I will watch and I'll cheer you on. Yeah, so good luck.
Okay, thank you.
So if you're gonna run a longer distance than a marathon, you need a really good cheerleader to keep you there going. And this is Sage, who's here to cheer on your dad. What's your dad's name?
My dad's name is Jeff Walkis.
So Jeff, your dad, does he do a lot of these ultra marathons?
This is his longest one yet, but
Yeah.
he's becoming really good.
So can you imagine you doing this someday?
No.
No? You're not into it?
No.
Let's stay here and keep cheering on your dad. Maybe you think he's gonna come across the finish line soon?
Maybe in a little while.
He started at 6 this morning?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna be tired.
Actually, it was 6:15.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was supposed to start at 6.
that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're here to support your dad. Thanks for talking to me, Sage. Good luck to him, good luck to you. While some visitors, like Sage's dad, have been on their feet since dawn, a whole different crowd much prefer to sit. That's because they've got African drums between their knees, and local percussionists are giving workshops in how to get the groove going. If you watch the drum circles here at the festival, you see always at the center of attention is Daniil Kochkin. He has his own drum school in Almaty, and he helped organize this festival. So thank you for having us, Daniil. I noticed that most of you are playing on djembe, but you also have this very interesting drum here. It has this fur on the end. Can you tell me about this drum?
We teach people how to play traditional African drums. These are traditional African bass drums. Each of them has their own name. For example, this is the sangpan. This one is a kinkini. Also, there is dunumba. They are traditional West African drums of the Malenke national ethos.
So that's interesting. Not only do we have to learn a little bit about drums, but it's also a way to learn about a grander African culture. We can learn some of these African languages, African terms, and maybe Daniil a little bit later can show us how to play on this drum.
On this drum, at one time we were playing bells and bass with the help of the beater from the right side.
So today I'm a total beginner.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Раз, раз, два, раз, два. 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 Раз, раз, два, раз, два.
Oh, I lost it. Is the sound different? Sound here and sound here?
Да, очень отличается звук.
Yeah.
Этот звук более
Hit the drum in the center. There's no fur anymore. That means that you need to hit it there.
глуховатый.
Okay.
You may be one of my best students.
So I'll keep studying. We'll see how I do. Okay, thank you.
Пожалуйста.
As fun as it is, I think it's fair to say that the African drumming we've been doing isn't quite native to Kazakhstan, but one thing that is archery. Nomads in Central Asia have been famous for their bows and arrows since the times of Genghis Khan, and today I'm here with Tuligin, who's going to give me a little bit of lesson in Kazakh archery. Tuligin, assalamu alaikum. Good job. He hit the boar. So, Tuligin says that my elbow has to be perfectly level with the arrow. You have to pull back farther than you might think. My first shot went over the actual bullseye, but let's see how I do.
Право чуть.
Рахмет. In Kazakhstan, you often see musicians playing the dombra. It's a long-necked lute with 2 strings, playing the kobuz, which is kind of like a violoncello. But what you don't often see is a Kazakh drum. But actually, this is a festival of drumming in Kazakhstan, and how nice that we have a drum master here, Baturjan Said Omar, to tell us a little bit about the dangara.
Как вы знаете, кочевники, они...
As you know, ancient nomads were warlike people. They were going into combat with the rhythmic sounds of the Great Steppe. This is a dangira. Today we used it as the main musical instrument.
Основной инструмент.
So the drum is often used for military purposes, but I hear that it's also often used by shamans.
Также это инструмент
Also, this instrument was used by the shamans. They cured people with the help of dangira. I can show you how they have done it. Stand here.
Вот вот станьте сюда.
So I should stand here.
Оставайтесь
Okay.
сюда. Глаза закройте. Нужно
Okay.
закрыть.
Don't hold it. Stand straight, close your eyes.
Расслабьтесь.
So I'm going to get a little bit of shamanic drum medicine.
You ready?
Ready? Oh my God, that's scary. Cool, thank you. I feel cured. You've knocked all of it out of me. Good job, thank you, Batajan.
Not at all.
He doesn't really look like a guy who just ran 70 kilometers, but he's done what they call an ultramarathon. It's a kind of trail running. He's been out in the mountains, out in the valleys and the canyons of this Ili River, and you really need to be a serious athlete to compete in an event like this. Ну, как?
Сложно, но можно.
Сложно, но можно. Yeah? It's hard, but you could do it. Yeah?
Наверное.
А самая сложная часть? What was the most difficult part?
Ну, 2 подъема были противных. Вот и все. А так вот с горочки догонял, но народ. Нормально.
Okay, I think you're tired. You better rest. Congratulations. So Sage was such a good cheerleader before for his dad, Jeff, and Jeff has finally crossed the finish line. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what can you tell us about the course? We didn't get to see it, but 70 kilometers, you got to see a lot.
70 plus a bonus couple. Yeah, the first 35 kilometers were really nice. There were a couple of hills and climbs. We ran through fields covered in red poppies. It was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Aid stations were really good. They had fruit, they had juice, they were really well stocked. It was awesome. And then when we came around, I think the people running the 15K had then caught up to us. So we actually finished with a big group coming back here. And this was about the halfway point. And then the back half, that was brutal.
Yeah.
There were some huge climbs. I mean, it was barely running for a big part of it. And there's a lot more, there are very few people around, so it's very secluded, a little bit solitary.
Did you have time to really enjoy the scenery, or were you just focusing
All
on
the
your
time.
pain and the effort?
All the time, all afternoon.
Okay.
It actually was very enjoyable. I mean,
Yeah.
it was really hard, but there was something about the enjoyment of just pushing past what I thought I could do. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, cool. I mean, that's really an accomplishment. You got a pretty cool medal for it.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second year that Tengri's run the Ultra, I ran last year, it was a 50K.
Okay.
It's the farthest I had ever run. Now the farthest I've ever run is 70K. And yeah, I feel like they did a really good job organizing. It was well staffed, and it was really fun to run.
So next year, maybe we'll come back to 100. Every year, they'll step it up.
Ask me next week.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck, man.
All right, thanks.
This weekend, it was the running and the drumming and the archery that brought people to the Ili River, but people have been coming here for centuries to make a pilgrimage to Tamgalitas, these historic petroglyphs. Now, I think I would need an entire episode to tell you all about them, so I think you'll have to join us on the next episode of Discovering Kazakhstan. I'm Dennis Keene, and thanks for coming along this time.